the first time.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Steven. You must be Dylan. Okay, so we're recording again. We're gonna pause. Here we go. All right, so I think my previous recording was canceled, so we'll start fresh. My
Okay.
name is Steven Jansons. This is Math 95 at Gather for Him Christian College. I'm going to share a little bit about who I am, how this class is going to operate, and then yeah, we'll get started with some math. So, Jansons 101. Let's see here. First of all, let's do one of those. Where's my button? Oh, I gotta go to present.
Well, I also have a notebook and paper, so
Perfect.
if I have to take notes on anything, yeah.
I'll try my best to keep things online, although it's always a good idea to have scratch paper
Mm-hmm.
on hand. So we're gonna share this thing. No, man, oh man. Where's the present button on here? Transition. View, present. Here we go. Yay! Okay, cool. Can you see the Jansons 101? It's showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, let's get started. So I'm Steven. I like to have fun. This is, whitewater rafting. I think I'm bald in this picture. Good. Actually, I think I'm 19 in this picture. This was me when I was your age, Dylan. So that's good stuff. I'm now 30 years old. I'm married. I have a business degree. I have a master's degree, a teaching degree. Teach math. I've taught math, middle school, high school, and college for 6 years now. At different times. This is my wife. Over a year ago, we were expecting our first kid. We're now expecting our second to be born April 5th. Super excited, dad, times two. My wife is a Cadillac nurse, and yes, she's worked with COVID patients this season. So we are that family. This is our dog. Her name's Daphne. She's a Bernese Mountain Dog, and she's 3 years old. She's like a giant 90-pound teddy bear with a heater inside her. And she brings love and joy into our life. This is our first kid, Harold. Dylan, as you saw a minute ago, he was playing peekaboo over here. He's not this little
Yeah.
anymore. He's now a 30-pound tyke walking around, talking and pooping and still, I guess. But yeah, so this is my happy family. Our second kid should be coming April 5th. So yeah.
Nice.
So schooling, I've been at Columbia Basin College. I did a running start for a year. Um, Went off to Whitworth and Spokane for a couple years. Got some good educations over there. Ran out of money because private school is expensive. So I went to WSU. Couple years in Tri-Cities. Finished a business degree. Also finished an AA from CBC at that time. Then I went on the teaching track. So I moved to Pullman. Did a year. Spokane. Did another year. Finished my master's. Um, yeah, then I started teaching. As far as work goes, I grew up doing construction, um, working with my hands, working with my dad, the general contractor, and my brother. We've done everything from framing, landscaping, sheetrock painting, roofing, um, everything that you don't need a license to do. We've done ourselves. It's a pretty fun way to grow up, and it's a fun way to use math, I guess. Um, Worked at Anthony's. I was a busboy. Make great tips for being 18. Actually, I was 17
True at Anthony's, yeah. All
at
all
Anthony's.
those rich people over there.
Yeah, all those rich people over there pay big tips. Even as a busboy, I was bringing like
Yeah.
$50 to $80 in cash tips a night. So
That's
that was a
crazy.
fantastic job to have as a high schooler. Worked in the Forest Service. I was on a silviculture crew, so we were trained to, let's see here, collect pine cones. We ran contracts for the state and for the feds, different kind of trees at different elevations. We got trained as an arborist and a power saw operator, got trained as a forest firefighter. But our real job was to work on fire prevention and reforestation. So got to see a lot of national forests in Oregon and California. And also, walked away with some pretty good chunk of change to pay for the, the never-ending college tuition. So that was a fun time. I worked at Starbucks. I was a barista. Going from a lumberjack with a chainsaw to a guy with an apron and a cup of coffee was a big change, but it was a lot of fun. Worked with a lot of people, learned a lot about customer service and about life. Waited tables at Bella Italia, small Italian restaurant in Kennewick. The owners are actually from Rome, so it's one of the few authentic Italian restaurants in town. The other one, Carmine's, I believe, just closed down this year, so it might be the only authentic Italian restaurant. There is a Venetian's, or what's the name of it? There's a train car restaurant in Richland. Like it's an old train car turned into an Italian restaurant, but it's technically Venetian. So, haha. Also really good. I was an accountant for a while. I worked 6 months at AccountSense with an internship. Worked with clients for payroll, taxes, liability, all that kind of stuff, bank reconciliations. I also did actually an internship with Starbucks. I worked there on towns, Seattle. I managed credit card transactions daily. Gift card transactions. I managed all of the e-commerce stuff, so everything they sold online, Amazon, Seattle, Starbucks.com, and a few other places. Good stuff. I taught middle school at Ochoa Middle School over in East Pasco. We're doing a prayer walk there tomorrow morning, actually, at 8 o'clock. So if you're not doing anything, getting together with Young Life and Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and we're just going to circle the school and surround it in prayer. It's going to be super fun. Taught for 4 years at Chiawana High School, mostly algebra, geometry. My focus was on ESL students who learned English as a second language, as well as I taught mostly like the gang kids or the kids who don't want to do math but have to, or kids who are in some way disadvantaged and had extra struggles for math. And so had really good success, really learned how to be a teacher who listens to students, meets them where they're at, helps them get to where they want to be, helps them learn math ultimately. I think my last year there, I had one girl who made 9 years of growth in her math learning just based off of like test scores and stuff. So, pretty cool stuff. Currently, my full-time gig is I'm the youth pastor at Kennewick First Presbyterian Church. So just down the street from Gather for Him. We have a lot of fun. We hang out with kids. We do silly things. We read the Bible. We pray. So math class, what to expect this semester. I already said there's going to be a few things that are a little cattywampus just because of our online format and kind of what's going on in the world. But let me give you a little idea how to understand how I operate. So work ethic, the more work you do in class equals less work you have to do at home. This one kind of doesn't apply as much as it normally does for obvious reasons, but the mantra still stands. If you set aside 20 minutes a day, Monday through Friday, you should be able to complete everything I ask you to do. If it's taking longer than that, give me a call or send me an email. I'll help you figure out what the thing is that you're missing to help you get back on track. So even though we're not in class, find a place where you can sit and work, a place in your house or whatever it is that you can this is your workspace. It's really helpful to have a designated workspace. So we can't facilitate for that for you right now. So you have to, fend for yourself on that one. Show up. I'm going to ask you to do math Monday through Friday I will post assignments every day. It should take you 10 to 20 minutes to do them. I don't do the thing where there's a deadline, and if you don't meet the deadline, then you can't do it. As far as this semester's open, you can do any and every assignment. But my plea for you is don't binge. Don't wait till the last day or last week and do everything. Um, think of it like your prayer life. If you just pray to God your last week on earth, you might still get salvation, but you never grew as a person. The Christians who grow are the ones who spend time in the Bible and time in prayer on the daily. Math is no different. Give it a little time every day. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. So that's what show up is going to mean for this semester. Do these things and you'll pass. And you'll learn. Show up. Do your work every day. Ask questions when you get stuck. You just do these things. You will pass this class and you will learn math. And it's going to be awesome. Cell phones, I could care less what you're doing on your cell phone. In fact, some of you have to be on your cell phone if you're zooming in or calling me. So, whatever. Um, the only thing that really pisses me off is if I'm trying to talk to you and you're on your cell phone. Don't do that. But otherwise, you do you. You know yourself, you know your cell phone habits. If it's a distraction for you, self-moderate yourself. Put it down if you need to. If you are one of those people who is just a rock star and they're multitask extraordinaire, you do you. Live your best life, etc., etc. So let's see here. None of that all applies. All right, grades. Why does my grade suck? Here's the breakdown for your grades this semester. 10% is going to come from the homework. And by homework, I mean that daily practice Monday through Friday that I'll be posting. 60% of your grades are going to come from quizzes. That's really the big chunk. So if you just ace every quiz and do nothing else, you'll pass the class technically, I think. Is a D a passing? I'm not sure.
No, it's a C plus. You have to have a C
Dang.
plus or higher.
Gotta have C plus. Gotta do the homework. Sorry. Okay, so anyways, you don't want to do the quizzes. Yeah, we'll unpack that in a minute. I'm going to ask you to do a presentation. It's going to be kind of like a testimony, but on your math history. So like the history of Dylan's math history, I guess is kind of how you think of it, and we'll get into that a little later in the semester.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10% of your grade will come from the final. The final will be at this point, the final is going to be the Alex placement test. So I think you did the AccuPlacer. And so that's like brand new. I learned about the AccuPlacer yesterday. That's how up to date I am on that stuff. So I'm going to do my research, I'm going to do my homework, and make sure I understand how to read that data to best help you learn from where you're at. But the goal is going to be, it's basically the old placement test that we used last year. The Alex test is, and I'm going to ask you to take the test again as the final. Your goal is to get a 15 score or higher. The theory is, if you took the Alex test, is that if you score less than a 15 is why you're in this class. So if you scored a score of like 15 to 26, I believe, that would put you in Math 96, the next class. So our goal is going to be, we're going to take that Alex test. If you score above a 15 or higher, you guarantee pass my class. That's what the asterisk on the final means. Is like, if you show them, like, hey, you showed me on the final, the stuff. I will do some professor magic / rig the system so that you have at least that C plus. It's not passing with flying colors, but you showed me that you got to where you need to be. So 10% of your grade will be the final, but the final can be your saving grace. The final can also be the anchor that holds you back. If you have an A in my class, but you don't take and or fail the final, I reserve the right to give you a failing grade in the class. And that's kind of at my discretion. So if I know that you're doing all the stuff you should be doing, you're learning all this stuff, but for some reason you fail the final, you know, I can say, you know, I know this student, I'm going to vouch that they know their stuff. They've shown me it every day this semester. I'm not going to adjust their score based off the final. I'm going to keep their grade they had. If it's like a student who, we'll be getting into the quizzes here. The quizzes will work on an honor system more. So if I don't have any reason to believe that you actually learned the stuff, but you had a good grade, but you failed the final, I do reserve the right to ask you to repeat the class and give you a failing grade. So that's never happened. I've never had to do that, but I reserve the right to do that. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. But yeah, so that's that. You must pass the final, pass the class. Homework is all or nothing. So for a homework assignment, you show me 100% completion with the correct answers. You get full credit. If you do not have all of the stuff complete, you get none of the credit. I think that kind of reflects the workforce. If you show up 50% of the time, they don't give you 50% of the paycheck. They just fire you. You know what I'm saying? So that may sound intimidating, but keep in mind, I don't do due dates. As far as like, there's a due date at the end of the week as to when I put it in the grade book. But if you, and it's either 100% or 0%. If you finish the homework after the due date, you still get 100% because you still show me you completed the work. See how that goes? So,
Mhm.
you know, I'm really trying to set this up to make it work for you in your situation. If you have a busy week, I get it. Life's crazy right now. I will not dock you for being late on an assignment. Similarly, all the quizzes, um, every quiz will be retakeable and retakeable. In fact, you can retake a quiz as many times as you want and or need to earn your desired grade. There will be a supplementary assignment I ask you to complete between each retake, but yeah, you can always retake a quiz. There's no reason why you can't get an A in this class. The quizzes will be on paper. It's going to sound super sketch, but you know, I'll put the quiz up there. You can, or I'll email it to you. You can download it, print it off, whatever, write it on, take a picture, send it to me. You know, I could do like a Google form or something, but I honestly just want to see the work that you're doing. I want to see your
Mhm.
answer. I want to see the work you're doing. Um, it's kind of like, you know, like I said, I love math. So math is like a dance to me. When I see the work that you've shown, it's like I'm getting to watch you dance. And that's really how I help you learn better. So show me the work, because for me, it's like watching a nice dance. If you don't know the stuff and you just make up numbers and it's like, oh my gosh, that's a terrible dance. Here, dance like this, you know, kind of a thing. So yeah. Uh, when I grade your quizzes, I look at not only your answers, but the work shown. And I want to see the dance. Like I said, you can retake the quiz as many times as you desire. A supplemental review assignment will be completed to my satisfaction before you retake the quiz. Um, and to be honest, the supplemental assignment is the review assignment, and it's basically uh, it looks just like the quiz, but it's 3 times as many problems. So it's just like, you know, I'm going to practice these problems so that I'm ready for the quiz. Let's see. Okay, Mr. Jansen's, why is he so mean? Oh, do you have any questions about the grading system?
No.
It's pretty straightforward. Or
Mhm.
cool, great. Why am I so mean? There's some teachers who are just angry, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm sure you've had one of those teachers in the past. Those
Mhm.
teachers typically don't take late work. They don't give partial credit. They don't take excuses for tardies. They're just don't like students. They're mean in general. Conversely, there are happy teachers. No matter what you do, they're just a really nice guy. They understand that you're a human being. They're real lenient and they work with you on stuff. Some teachers are just happy. There's nothing you can do to change that. They probably have Jesus in their life. Let's be real. Um, I would say the vast majority of the teachers you're going to interact with, though, fall somewhere in between those two spectrums, which is important for you because that means the power of whether or not you have a happy or an angry teacher in this class is in the hands of the students. It's in your hands. The things you do can push me towards the angry teacher side of the scale or the happy teacher side of the scale. Honestly, for me, it's, show up, do your work. You do those two things, not only will you make me happy, you're also going to learn math. Yeah, good stuff there, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so last year I had 10 students over the course of the year, and here's the gross scores for the students who passed my class. So 7 students passed my class. They all came in, and like I said, this is the score on the Alex placement test. So a score of 15 is what you needed to pass. I had 2 students who passed. They scored a 14 on my final, which is 1 lower than they needed. And I had a conversation with each of them. They both had A's and B's. They decided they wanted to move on. Those were the only 2 students the following semester who struggled in Math 96. But they passed the 96 as well, I believe. So good test results. This could be you. If you show up and you do your work, this will be you. If you notice, there's 2 students here, number 3 and number 7, that scored a 25 or higher. Those 2 students, I did some legwork at the end of the semester, and I made sure they got to skip Math 96, and they went straight into Math 97. So my goal for you is that we breeze through the Math 95 curriculum, and then we move straight into 96, so that when you do the final test, you will have the information to get a score of 25 or higher. And you too can skip Math 96 and go straight into Math 97, because we want to get you into seminary learning the things you want to learn so that you can go be a difference in the community.
Mm-hmm.
I had 1 student fail. They failed. They know why they failed. They didn't show up. They didn't do the work. And
Yeah.
that was their learning moment for this semester. They also, just started school, just got engaged and is now married and had a lot of life things happen. So there's some things that play there. I
Mm-hmm.
also had 2 students drop my class, just for full disclosure, both for personal reasons. They just dropped out of school in general. So there you have it. Yeah. Any questions about me or this class?
Nope. We'll go along it, or I'll figure it, or things will happen as we go on. Yeah. Figure it out more on.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about homework. We're going to do do you have a second device readily available?
No.
Okay, so just go ahead and listen for this for a minute, and
Uh-huh.
we will give you an opportunity to play with it after that, after we're done recording.
Okay.
So let's see here. We are going to stop sharing that, and we are going to go to, so our homework is going to be on a website called www.deltamath.com. And
www.deltamath.com. Okay.
deltamath.com. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see here. We will go through and we will make an account real quick, and I'll walk you through that process. Okay. So if you go to www.deltamath.com, you will see this screen right here. And this is basically a way for me to assign assignments and keep track of your progress. Let's see here. So, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go to deltamath.com. You're going to create an account as a student. your teacher code is going to be
Okay.
508022.
Okay.
When you type that in, you'll see this information.
Mhm.
You're going to select Math 95 Fall 2020. Don't pick Unicorn Ninjas. That was a tutoring thing I did this summer. You don't want to be a Unicorn Ninja yet. After that, you'll fill in all your information. First name, last name, email. Maybe I should use real email. I don't know. Now let's try it. This will be fun. Password 123 123. Cool. Must be at least 8 characters long. Son of a gun. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Boom. Create your account. Now when you log in, at usa.com 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Oh, I can't spell dirty apparently. There we go. Your account, your screen will look like this. So what we see here is we have a window for each assignment.
Mhm.
I have a weird echo. Is your like I hear myself on your?
Really?
Yeah. Maybe can you turn your volume down a wee bit? Or is it too? La la la. Oh, that's perfect. Well, we'll try it out. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep going with this. So you'll see a little window with a blue title for each week. So this is week 1. So the first assignment is called week 1. You click on that and close or expand the assignments. Every day I'm going to post a couple, 2 or 3 new skills. So right now there's 1 skill in here, identifying points level 1. And there's my score so far on the right. If I click on the text for that skill, it'll take me to the practice problem. So let's see here. This is identifying ordered pairs. So 3 -8 is that one. Let's submit the answer. Boom, I got the point right. I now have a record of 1 out of 5, which means I'm 20% complete with this skill, etc., etc. Yeah. If I do a problem wrong and I don't know why I got it wrong, it's going to dock me a penalty of a half a point. And those scales will change. I get to set them for each scale however I want to set them. Wahaha. This one's set up to give you a second chance. So there's no penalty yet. I still have a score of 1, and my highest record is still 1 out of 5. So if I put a wrong answer in again, I now get a penalty. My score is half a point. I got the wrong answer. Oh, by the way, here's the correct answer, and here's how they kind of got that answer. So, hey, I don't know how to do this problem, but I don't want to guess and get it wrong and get my measly half a point left docked away. So what you can do is you can press Show Example. It'll show you a different but similar problem, and it'll kind of try to give you some explanations as to how they got their answer. So here's the dot. Just below it is the number 7 on the x-axis, so the first number is 7. To the left of it is a 3 on the y-axis, so the second number is 3. There's your explanation. So that's kind of how Deltamath works. Monday through Friday, I will post 2 to 3 skills each day. The assignment, if it's not finished, it'll turn yellow. It's blue right now, it'll turn yellow on Saturday. If it's yellow, that means you have an unfinished assignment and a 0 in the gradebook as a consequence. So what you got to do is you got to go through, make sure you have all the skills finished. When all the skills are finished, the yellow bar will turn green. When it's green, that means it's ready for my review. Once I check it, I can put the full credit in the grade book. Congratulations, you got 100% on the assignment. That's how it's going to work. Every week, I'll post this, so you have an assignment in your grade book every week. They'll be named week 1, Delta Math, week 2, Delta Math, etc. So, any questions on that?
No, seems simple.
Cool. So, that's the content we're going to get started with. So before I end the recording, I'm going to beg and plead. If you haven't talked to me yet, and this is for Estrella and Araceli, I want to meet you. So let's set up a phone call or a Zoom call. The way I work, I'm a very relational teacher. So the better I know you, the better I can help you learn math. And that's really why we're here. It's a little difficult to do the correspondence thing if I have no idea who you are. The Bible works the same way. You know, if I read the Bible, it helps if I know the author. So, like, because I love God, it's way easier to read the book of Exodus and Lord help us, the book of Numbers. Oh, you know, the tabernacle was this by this, and there's this many tassels on the priest's robe. Like boring, but this is the book of the one that I love, and I want to know about him, and I want to know his character. So, similarly, I'm limited in helping you with your math if I don't know you, and I want to know you. You're a cool person. Help me know you. Give me a call, or let me Zoom call you. So let's do that. I'm gonna ask, like, let's correspond once, maybe twice, if you can make it a week. Just check in with me. 2 check-ins a week. It could be like a text, like, "Hey, I'm on track. I'm doing good. Thumbs up." 1 check-in, done. It could be a, "Hey, I need some tutoring with this skill," or "I need some help with this review assignment." Great, let me set up a Zoom call. Give me some times that work for you, and I'll find a time where that little baby's napping. And I'll give you my time. We could do one-on-one, we could do group, whatever you need. Outside of that, yeah, that's pretty much how this is going to run. So we don't necessarily have to meet for a Zoom class at our scheduled time, Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. Let's meet if you need it. If you don't need it, let's not waste your time. So that'll be that. We'll talk more about the details of the quizzes when we get to the first one. We're not there yet. We'll be there in a couple weeks. So for now, your assignments are create a Delta Math account and keep up to date every day with your math work. And that's what we got. Any questions? Sweet. All right, I'm going to press the stop recording button.